but they have so much loot from all the fights that have been happening. They have some easy shield swaps. So now it's Luminosity, SZN, and the guard running down here in the end game, but it's like a chess game right now. Vicky, who is going to move first?
Season definitely doesn't want to be put in the situation where they're going to inevitably get sandwiched in these trenches. Guard is in a really good spot themselves, but the moment that they get on this high ground, you know that Luminosity Gaming not only have the natural cover of that rock, they're going to beam the guard before they have an opportunity. Now, guard, I'm wondering if they're going to be able to get to that rock to their left side for some makeshift cover, because if they walk forward, even past these Watson fences, they're going to be sandwiched between these two teams.
Yeah, and we've seen that happen all day in EMEA. It's always the first two 3v3s that kind of start focusing their attention while the other just waits in tow for that perfect moment to third party. And you can see right now Season just trying to work their way in, but a big Bangalore ultimate coming in from Luminosity, just wreaking havoc on the surrounding area. Brilliant time to do it. Throw out your smokes and use those digi threats to just create havoc.
Yeah, they have the Rolling Thunder for space, but they don't have the Seer for information on the heartbeat sensor. I'm not too sure if they know that there's a member of Season right behind them. Yeah, they're walking the Bloodhound, but they got to scan in that direction. Season now taking a nice off angle. This is the rock that I was expecting the guard to try to retreat to. With Season having the high ground now, they don't have to overextend. They can just wait for the opportunity to dive in after they start fighting.
You mentioned it. Season looking like a fishbowl right now. They are just picking apart the team below them, and they are just looking at every single person. Mr. Hakula putting down so much damage with that car, finding a lot of success. Kenny able to grab the down onto Yanya, and now it's an all-out brawl here in map number 1.
And this is because they have the high ground, they have the positional advantage. Luminosity is out. It's now up to Season to finish off the guard who are playing off the low ground. And Season, the team that you were looking out for, Tip, take game number 1 over the guard and Luminosity.
You can't see me right now, but I am literally dancing in my chair. That is exactly what Season needed to do. This is the day of revenge, of vengeance, of coming back strong. Maybe you didn't have Luda, but they're nestled on the other side of the fence. Luda able to get it down onto Kenny, but the question is, if you're not going to jump off your high ground to pursue it, did they get the full? Because you can see on the left hand of your screen, Atlanta Premier just trying to remain on that rock, but taking so much damage from the storm.
Insane. 5 squads left with Atlanta Premier. They're unable to get out of that position now. You can see Luminosity Gaming still cleaning up a lot of these heads here. Looks like enemy in a lot of trouble themselves as ESA are finally dropping down. I mean, they got the Digi threat, you got the Bolt, but you don't want to overextend because you have limited ammunition here too. I'm looking at Capra with 73 bullets in the Volt, but they also saw that there's a team right behind them. They're going to be able to loot at least a little bit extra, but I'm wondering if we're going to see a weapon swap. I mean, this Volt is too stacked to give up.
I mean, it looks pretty stacked. I wouldn't want to give it up. I'd be like, let me find some energy ammo. But Capra gonna get punished for remaining up on the rooftop. Luda as well. Someone is looking to chow them for their high ground, and that's gonna be Luminosity as Yanya just fires off that 30-30 into them. Capra playing that knockdown shield of Luda and able to get a full bat off, and Yanya just, you know, laid back, chilling from a distance, just being a menace.
Are you kidding me? Yanya with the missile swarm knockout to Capra, who, by the way, got grief by their own Horizon gravity lift. You saw Capra panicking, saying, where can I go? This is my only cover, but the gravity lift is revealing where I'm at, so that knock was huge. Yanya and the rest of Luminosity are just gonna stay put. They're looking on at all the action happening in this building without even having to give up where their circle positioning is.
Oh, this is going to be interesting. We have a lot of up-and-coming names and teams left in the lobby. First attempt, Enemy on your screen right now, trying to get rid of that black hole that was thrown towards them. Missile swarm going out, and there's so much damage all around. Bronzy gonna fall saucer into their life, and trying to garner that shield swap is impeccable. You're gonna have to be able to get this res onto Bronzy or play the life as a duo, because BR Demons is also gonna find themselves out as well.
BR Demons out, ESA, Luminosity, Season, first attempt left in this lobby with first attempt going down. That leaves 3 squads up alive, and Luminosity have the god spot right now. Even playing off the low ground, they have so much natural cover to work with, but this position means everything. They cannot get in a sandwiching situation if this squad tries to go to their right.
Ooh, and you can see Neasel right there trying to throw some shots down onto that right side to make sure that no one full pushes Luminosity, but Yanya gonna get absolutely decimated within minimal health available to them. And now you can see the ultimate coming in, trying to really garner a lot of attention and control that space, but ESA just wreaking havoc. Luda gonna fall. The fact that they were able to get the teammates up and reset is kind of insane. And then a PK just going off because there's no ammo left in the car.
Oh, ESA cleaned up Luminosity, but Season with a back-to-back win. Patience is a virtue for this team. KP. Positioning is everything, and they are your game number 2 winners once again.
Vicky, how is this even happening?
Of where the circle is going to be pulling. They're not even in that circle where they have to worry about the squads that are rotating outside the building. Accidentally gets into the Trident while trying to access the black market, and Oxygen are literally on their own island in the middle of the water.
Luminosity trying to keep it alive here under the building. Bangalore smokes and just eating 100 Thieves alive. Now Yanya, your new kill leaders, they have turned their sights onto Oxygen Esports. This is just an absolute chaotic mess. Casello's just throwing down as much of the damage as they can through the smokes. Protectful, finding some success, and Oxygen Esports is your map 3 champion.
Oxygen Esports, they took it around town literally with a Trident to be on their own island, and they capitalized so amazingly off of that final fight where they fully sent it on not only
as well, because Oxygen Esports is just getting the cheekiest of angles while nestled in the nearby building.
On a silver platter in the hands of Oxygen Esports. I mean, Loba deserves it all, but now you get to call it out, and it's that extra KP breaking up that shield with the charge rifle. You got the Volt in the hands of Frex as well. This really shows you how this positioning here on top of this building is going to really allow the likes of Space Station to continue on their domination. Look at that Thermite burning through the shields of Atlanta Premier, getting the knock onto Crook, but they can't give up this ground. Yes, it looks tasty to try to make sure you secure that KP, but Space Station just needs to stay put.
Atlanta Premier going to fall to the hands of Space Station. It's only a matter of time because they are just wreaking havoc from above, finally dropping down, looking to put the finishing touches onto the Loba in front of them. This is going to be on Oxygen Esports, and they are just doing so much damage. Oxygen Esports now eliminated from the lobby. 4 squads remaining. It dropped isn't stopping there.
No, 100 Thieves though, losing out on Vaxon. BR Demons on the other side versus Space Station Guard. Now with Space Station making their way, they had the God spot basically for this final game, and Guard get eliminated at their hands. They took 2 of these fights, and now they're playing out of the health disadvantage. BR Demons looking to fully set it and take game number 4.
This is the day of all of the teams from the preseason qualifiers to find their success. In a lobby full of so many decorated teams, look at the ones that are coming out on top. It's BR Demons today. This is absolutely insane.
They needed that there too. BR Demons coming through. It's crazy. Game 3, we saw Oxygen Esports pop off. They also were able to secure some KP inside of the building over in Climatizer. Space Station were in one of these
as well, because Oxygen Esports is just getting the cheekiest of angles while nestled in the nearby building.
On a silver platter in the hands of Oxygen Esports. I mean, Loba deserves it all, but now you get to call it out, and it's that extra KP breaking up that shield with the charge rifle. You got the Volt in the hands of Frex as well. This really shows you how this positioning here on top of this building is going to really allow the likes of Space Station to continue on their domination. Look at that Thermite burning through the shields of Atlanta Premier, getting the knock onto Crook, but they can't give up this ground. Yes, it looks tasty to try to make sure you secure that KP, but Space Station just needs to stay put.
Atlanta Premier going to fall to the hands of Space Station. It's only a matter of time because they are just wreaking havoc from above, finally dropping down, looking to put the finishing touches onto the Loba in front of them. This is going to be on Oxygen Esports, and they are just doing so much damage. Oxygen Esports now eliminated from the lobby. 4 squads remaining. It dropped isn't stopping there.
No, 100 Thieves though, losing out on Vaxon. BR Demons on the other side versus Space Station Guard. Now with Space Station making their way, they had the God spot basically for this final game, and Guard get eliminated at their hands. They took 2 of these fights, and now they're playing out of the health disadvantage. BR Demons looking to fully set it and take game number 4.
This is the day of all of the teams from the preseason qualifiers to find their success. In a lobby full of so many decorated teams, look at the ones that are coming out on top. It's BR Demons today. This is absolutely insane.
They needed that there too. BR Demons coming through. It's crazy. Game 3, we saw Oxygen Esports pop off. They also were able to secure some KP inside of the building over in Climatizer. Space Station were in one of these.
Apex in. But those incoming ARC stars, shout out to the teams that are making it to the end game with a lot of ordnance.
Yeah, that's 100 Thieves on the high ground here, too. You know that Guard is playing right underneath them, so is C9. 100 Thieves over to the side to try to contest Optic Gaming that are playing off the low ground. Again, a very similar circle to the one that we just had in game number 4. This time it's 100 Thieves, though, on the other side of Climatizer that have the high ground. TSM, can they pinpoint Optic Gaming? Where does Optic Gaming even go? I mean, the only other option really is either risk it all for the Biscuit to take that zip line into the hands of 100 Thieves, take the Skyward Dive, because you don't have the Horizon Gravity Lift to put you up on the high ground.
Yeah, I guess we're gonna have to wait and see. The fact that 100 Thieves is still alive, that wall coming in absolutely clutch, and the fence is coming out from Onmu. This is going to help solidify this positioning, but we've seen how aggressive these teams are in the lobby, where they just get full sent. Teams are not shy of aping the behind the fences, but the question is, who's it gonna be this time? I do see a Fuse ult in the middle of the map as well, and the Guard just trying to keep it alive from the cover of their shelter.
You saw that dupe goes down at the hands of Hal, but they split up just in time because the last member Optic Gaming has managed to make their way over to the side of Jubilee. That's knocked in TSM. Look at the desperation play right now. They're forced to play off this low ground. Noct finally gets finished. You saw his death boxes fall out of nowhere. And that's going to be at the hands of Guard. C9 as well, cleaning up, getting involved in that fight. They're going to be able to fully send it up, but it's only up to Kaon. It's the Guard that get eliminated. C9 having a chance, but it's at the hands of E8 that they're facing off against on the back end of this building. 100 Thieves versus E8, while TSM are still forcing their way into this next circle. Only 2 left. TSM get taken out. It's only up to 100 Thieves, and they finally come out on top. The consistency is alive for this team, and they are patiently waiting in the corner with that Newcastle.
That was glorious. We saw them in the dead center of the ring with like 17 teams remaining here.
On the other side, Atlanta Premier, Furia meeting them on the other side of the train tracks. All these teams are now playing at different corners of this final circle.
Ooh, it's just going to be a matter of how this is going to pull, and Optic Gaming is going to be able to hold this high ground for a little bit longer, I believe, but the moment they get forced to jump, they're going to go into the open arms of C9. Everyone's going to have an LOS on them, but Cloud9, this should be the moment when people turn their eyes on them because they don't have a lot of health. Rocker within a centimeter trying to just nestle themselves into this rock to re-shield up, and the teammates are essentially body blocking.
He really wanted that thermite finish off. I know he did. He got the knock, but he can't get the finish. As Optic Gaming are making sure to keep them at bay right now. They're going to continue on the pressure from this high ground off of this Pride Rock, but they are not going to be giving up this space. Even with Duplex having this limited ammunition, he's just going to stay put. But he has to remember that that G7 doesn't have a lot to work with right now.
Yeah, they just have to bide their time. Once we get into these kind of scenarios in the end game, we've seen it throughout the entirety of the day. It's the team that can withstand the chaos for as long as possible and force the other teams to kind of duke it out. That's how you find success. Meanwhile, it's going to be Atlanta Premier putting the nail in the coffin for Furia. 3 squads remaining. It's going to be Cloud9. It's going to be Atlanta Premier, and it's going to be Optic Gaming, and they're still holding the God spot.
And they're not going to give it up anytime soon. Remember, they are juggling G7s like it is a circus, and they are the clowns here to provide all the entertainment. Instead, this time, they're also the MVPs. C9, though, getting the knocks down below is still not going to deter Optic Gaming from giving up this space. They need to wrap around. They need to get right behind C9, and now they're looking to infiltrate. They're looking to third party from the high ground.
And now you see it. Optic Gaming trying to make a last stand here. Cloud9 was able to get Atlanta Premier out, and this is going to be spicy. And then Optic Gaming finally showing up here in map number 6 today. This is what they needed, Vicky. This is the Optic Gaming that you know and love.
Yep, this is the green wall going up, better late than never, because they definitely needed that dub after this game, though. Before this game, rather, they were sitting in 14th overall.